Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Babyface P. Today, so last week we chambered, we finished chambered our Galil, so it's ready to go. I tested it, I did some cleaning, and I think there was a little piece of dirt is actually what was holding it up, because once I cleaned it, the go fits perfect, the no-go is too snug, and live rounds all feed really nicely into here. So we're set. Now, today, we need to demill our parts kit, and it looks like a lot of the work is actually done for us on this kit. What we will need to do is obviously take our muzzle brake off. So we'll have to tighten this into a vise and turn that off. And I gotta look up, I know it's under spring tension. This little piece here is a spring, so I need to make sure I do this correctly so I don't damage it. Once that's off, we will need to press the gas block off. Gas block front sight. We'll put it in I'll make a little jig or something. We'll put it in the 12 ton and press it off the top, and then your handguard retainer will slip right off. That's easy. This one here, if yours isn't, check that you don't have pins in here. So if you do have pins, you'll need to press these two pins out before pushing that out. For the stock, there's a big pin that runs all the way through the back of the stock, so make sure that pin has been pressed out first, and then all you'll have to do, this isn't threaded, is just press the stock out of this back receiver section. So super easy. The hard ones, what we need to save out of this. So the receiver chunks are garbage. We need to save the plate and the mechanism for putting your magazine in, the mag catch. And we'll need to save your trigger guard. So what I'm gonna end up doing is putting this in the milling machine, mill the tops of those off, and then knock the rivets out, and we'll be good to go. Let's get at it, I guess. I'm gonna start with getting this pushed out. Let me see if I can do it on just the vise, but let's see what we can do. All right, this should be pretty easy without that pin. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Let's see if we can just, perfect. Yeah, this one comes out pretty simple. Just rock it back and forth, and it'll come out of the receiver chunk, and you'll see that's where the pinhole is. So we'll have to line that up on the new receiver when we drive our pin in, but that's easy enough. And then this receiver chunk is just garbage. This is just spare garbage. Who can speak Hebrew? Tell me what that is. I think Marley figured it out, but you guys let me know what that is. All right, next up, we need to figure out how to get this off. So let me put this in the vise to hold. And remember, this barrel is junk. This is scrap. So you can press against it, squeeze it. It's not going to hurt it, so we can actually take it out of there and put it straight on steel, because it doesn't matter. Okay, let me see what I need to do to get that off. I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, I've tried many ways, including heating this up to get this off. I put something in there to torque it, and I'm having very little luck with it. So instead of screwing around more, what I'm going to do for now, as long as this is half 28, I'll make sure that that is half 28. What I'm going to do is cut the barrel off. I'll probably cut it off halfway so I have enough barrel to work with. I'll take the grinder, I'll cut it off across here and take that off, and I'll mess with that later. I don't want just the muzzle brake holding us up. So I'll get that cut off, and then we're going to push all the rest of this off. Let's grab a grinder. All right, last thing we have to do is mill off the rivets in here. So we'll mill off those, mill off that, and then punch it out. There we go. That one's clean. Trash. After about an hour of some very tedious work, here's what we got. Here's the idea, a little bit of grinding to get these out. All 4 rivets are out there. This is off, the front sight's off. We haven't finished this yet. I'll figure out what to do about this. If I can just get a regular muzzle brake to fit, I may do that for now as we work on getting this apart, but we'll set that aside for now. Your stock is off and your trigger guard is off. Now, all of that fits somewhere on the receiver. So, we'll do the stock last because it adds a lot of length and makes it a lot more difficult. But you can see trigger guard goes here. We have to put this in first. So this will go like that. We'll have to rivet that in. Oops. Daisy. Like that, actually. We'll rivet that in. Screw it. It's too heavy. That goes there. That goes there. This will go on front. This will go on first before that goes on. And then we'll hand fit this once we're ready. I'll file it in once we get there. Now, that's it for this video. This is the worst. I really honestly think demilling these guns is one of the worst jobs. I really hate demilling guns. So next up, easy part. We're going to start... Move this out. We're going to start building this back up. So next is riveting. I'm going to go ahead and get the riveting done. Get this, sorry, like that. Riveted in place with... the trigger guard, like that, goes in here on that little slot. We'll get that riveted in. We'll do a whole video on just getting this riveted in. This takes a little bit of finessing. We also need to get this riveted in, so the bullet guide at the same time we will rivet in. This goes on the inside, and we'll just use the pack of AK rivets we got, find the ones that I like best, and get it in. So stay tuned, that'll be coming out next week. All right, gents, hope you like this. Remember, YouTube is no longer giving me anything. They've pretty much cut me out completely. So if you want to help with procuring these, or even just give me a little coffee money, links are below in the description. A couple bucks helps, because all that money goes back to buying all this sorts of stuff. So, all right, gents, I'll catch you next week. See ya.